I honestly can't believe the timing of this New World announcement. Literally, in the past month, I thought this game was on track to make a big comeback. Like 1 month ago, I made my New World is Different in 2025 video, and this was before Nighthaven was even announced. Like all of the updates this year leading up to the Nighthaven expansion had actually like grown the player base, and then when Nighthaven was announced, massive influx of players. It has been received extremely well. And for them to then announce that the game isn't going to be receiving any more updates going forward, like the timing of this feels so bizarre, man. And if you aren't aware of the news, I suppose I should just go over that. New World on October 28th, they released a news post. Basically, the game will not be receiving any more updates going forward. Season 10 will be the last season. They're not going to shut the servers down just yet. It says that the servers will remain open throughout 2026. But as for new content, that's it. Nighthaven Season 10, that's the last content update for New World. Just so bizarre after how positively it was received. And following this announcement, just look at this on Steam charts. I've never seen anything like it. So this announcement was on October 29th. Look at the Steam charts. So this is like shortly after Nighthaven. The game was doing very well for a few weeks. Hang on, let's look at it on the monthly. So following Nighthaven, it actually like stabilized really well in the 40k range. And this is without even considering the console player base. So hovering around like the 40k range, peaked at 50k. So if you include console, maybe that's like 100k players. Slowly dipped a little bit next weekend, rises again, 49k on the 26th of October. And then then we start to see a bit of a dip on the Monday, on the Tuesday as to be expected. And then we get the announcement that there's going to be no more content. And we see this massive drop off here from 35k to 12k players. It's understandable. People don't want to play an MMO that isn't going to be supported anymore. It's so sad. What bizarre timing. I feel so confused, and I don't know. I'm going to have to pull this up on Discord. This is something that I was saying. This is aged very weirdly. So this was on July 13th, just before I revisited New World. Anyone caught up with New World? How's the game been doing this year? I'll show a screenshot. It was like 7k peak. It wasn't doing too good. I say, I'm considering checking it out again, but it doesn't look like there's been any major updates. I feel like the game is on track to be shut down, and I'll actually be sad when it is, because I like it overall. I just don't play it. I was thinking of ways to give New World a new lease of life, a rework for the game. Let me know your thoughts on this. And then I was like theorizing ways that they could kind of make the game more evergreen, something that you could play year round. But man, I guess I had this feeling that something wasn't right all the way back in July. And just a few months later, I did not expect this to happen so soon. Definitely not. I think this has surprised everyone. It's so sad, man, because New World was one of the few good, in my opinion, pretty good, modern MMOs to release. It actually had the best graphics. It, like, with all the updates, it had like some of the best MMO graphics. It wasn't perfect. It was clunky as hell at times. It was very scuffed in places, and it was definitely an MMO that the less seriously you took it, the more fun it had. And I think almost everyone can agree that New World is an MMO that had a lot of potential. I don't really feel like its potential was fully realised. I do personally disagree with their decision to take the game in a more theme parky direction as opposed to sandbox, because the benefit of sandbox design is that you've got like a long-term sense of progression, and sandboxy games rely less on developers to create constant, ongoing, massive content updates than theme park MMOs. And New World took the theme park approach, which definitely costs a lot more because you are expected to just pump out content, new zones, and things like that. But I always thought like New World, with the way its professions work and the way and the way the world is, if they designed it a little bit more sandboxy, a little bit more like they could literally steal ideas from RuneScape and just plug it directly into New World and it'd work fantastically. But they just didn't take that approach. They took the whole story-driven theme park design. But aside from that, the game was definitely, it felt like it was doing so much better in 2025. The sentiment around the game shifted all throughout 2024. You look at a New World update video, any of the update vlogs, loads of dislikes, people just negative about the game. And like this month, like with the whole Nighthaven thing, sentiment had completely shifted with this game. And sentiment around New World, honestly, it was more positive than I have ever seen it throughout its entire lifespan. And then it gets shut down. For fuck's sake, why though? Western MMO development. Like it says, it makes it sound like in the vlog, it's not sustainable to continue supporting the game with like new updates. Maybe if you take the theme park approach, it's not sustainable, but surely there's something you can do. The game's got like the game had like 40k players, like just on Steam alone with the console player base. That's like one of the more popular MMOs. Like if you was to take these numbers and rank like the MMOs on player population, New World would be like top 6 most popular MMOs. How is that not salvageable? How is that not sustainable? You've already invested the money into making this game. Surely you can just take a redesign, maybe a redesign or a rework to make it so it can function with a smaller team. Surely it can still make money. They still had the whole battle pass system. They had a lot of cosmetics. The game was buy to play. I don't know. Baffled on this one. I was saying not too long ago, like New World, I was always worried that New World would potentially be another WildStar. WildStar was a game that I felt was shut down a little bit too early. And WildStar had even less players than New World has now. And I thought, fuck, if New World becomes unplayable, like any time in the next few years, in the future, I'll look back on this game the same way that people look back on WildStar. Just like traveling around the world, just being out in the environments, mining rocks, leveling the professions. Those are the things I'm going to remember about this game. The soundtrack, the funny voiceover, proximity voice chat moments. I will remember the janky combat. At times, the combat felt absolutely fantastic. It may be in like the smaller encounters, but other times it did feel really bad. But what other MMOs have we really had come out of the West in the past decade that have been considered like decent? Not many. Albion Online, New World. There hasn't been many. I can understand it from AGS's point of view. Maybe it's just it requires too many people to work on the game and they want those people reallocated to something else. But it doesn't make me super optimistic for the future of this Lord of the Rings Online MMO that was supposedly in development. I don't even know if that's going to see a full release. Maybe they just look at MMORPGs nowadays and think from a time to cost perspective, it's just not worth it. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Lord of the Rings MMO also get canned again. I guess the future of MMOs in the West has to be indie. There is clearly no interest from the big publishers and the big studios to invest money into this genre. And if we want a good Western MMO, it has to come out of indie because they're the only people that are really doing it out of passion. So Western MMOs, basically indie devs, and we're also going to continue to get MMOs from Korea and China, maybe Japan at times. Sad, sad day. I hope a private server for New World pops up in the similar way that it has with other MMOs. I don't know if that's possible because it uses like the Lumberyard engine. So there's probably not too many private server developers that would be familiar with that. But best case scenario is that people are able to preserve New World to some extent, either through private servers or maybe if there's enough like outcry from the community, maybe they can change AGS's mind on it and keep the servers up. Because it'd be such a shame to see a world like New World vanish completely. It's going to be bloody rough being an MMO content creator in the coming years, I can tell you that much. New World was one of those games that I always enjoyed covering. Every time there was a big update, I'd love like covering this game, jumping back into the world, immersing myself again. And honestly, I just feel devastated that I'm not going to be able to do that anymore. I guess maybe before the servers are shut down, could do like one last goodbye video, make like a tribute to New World, but after that. The game is going to be running for at least another 14 months, so maybe the thing to do is just experience it fully in that time. There are going to be world bosses, bonus weeks, and some seasonal events will continue, but there's not going to be any more holiday events. They are going to fully support the game, like in terms of keeping it up for the next 14 months. That's more than enough time to basically see every single part of the game's content. Nothing in life lasts forever. The only thing we have at the end of the day is our memories. So it's not too late to get your memories with New World, cherish the memories you already have, and look forward to the next thing. As for New World, it's an MMO that I will have a lot of fond memories with, and I'm very sad to see it go. Let me know what you think about the whole New World situation in the comments below. Are you surprised as I am? Would you like to see there be some private server or some way of the game having some kind of preservation? And hopefully the next time I make a video, it's some positive news, because this one, it's not good, is it? Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Really quickly, whilst I was editing this video, I saw that there was a petition to reinstate AGS's New World Eternum team on change.org. I don't know if it will do anything, but I'm going to link it in the description and pinned comment, so you can sign it if you want to see the game have some kind of preservation. It might not do anything, but it's better than nothing, isn't it? Cheers.